Hello, beautiful Leo. I hope that you are doing fantastic, beautiful. This is your mid-July tarot reading. I am Elena Valdez. Thank you so much for being here. I have already pre-shuffled your cards and made sure that they are all upright. So what we're going to do now is find your reversals, put them back in the deck, and if they're meant to come out, they will. All right, here we go. Let's see. We'll need to pull out 5 reversals. There's 1. 5 reversals for your reading. And by the way, if you hear a squeaky loud sound, that is actually my vent. That gets very noisy when it's windy outside. And so it's currently doing its loud little dance. All right, 2 more cards, please, Spirit. Oh, there's 1 in there. Let's see, let's find it. It's that one, okay. And then we need 1 more. Oh, it's in here. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, so let's flip it. Flip your reversals, Leo. All right, let's do it. And like I mentioned before, I have already pre-shuffled these. I realized I was shuffling too much during the reading. So, okay, so before we start that reading, we're going to grab your self-care card. And your self-care card, oh, surrender, Leo. That tells me that you've recently gone through a situation that is making you realize that some things are just out of your control. And this can potentially be due to other people's decisions around you. Like other people may have made decisions without including and not include you in those decisions, and therefore making you feel like, well, you have to surrender, right? Or potentially some other external event has taken place in your life here recently that has made you have to go inward and just accept things as they are and really learn the beautiful art of surrender. As much as we don't like to surrender, right? Well, I should say I don't like to surrender, but you're pretty bold and strong, beautiful Leo. So I know you can handle anything. And there you are, right out of the gate. Your card comes out, the Strength card, which represents Leo. So this tells me that you're definitely coming out of something that you've needed to endure. And look, we've got 1 reversal already out. The 4 of Cups in reverse. And the 5 of Wands. Okay, so what this is telling me, Leo, is that you have recently gone through some challenging time here with other people where other people are involved. And I have the sense here that while you were being stoic at some point here and you were holding on to your emotional energy about the situation, that right now where you're standing with this energy is that it's gotten to the point where you can no longer hold it in because you've been strong. It's like you've been dealing with a situation that involves other people, potentially some kind of rivalry here or disagreement or not seeing eye to eye. Definitely disagreements here with other people, or potentially being in a situation where you've had to compete for something or someone. And where at one point the 4 of Cups was upright, you were holding your energy from it and it wasn't affecting you. But what you're realizing with this in reverse is that now those emotions are coming up to the surface to be examined and to be looked at. And maybe at some point you had the feeling that you had to hold back and not discuss your differences with someone or some group of people here. And now it's gotten to the point where you realize, okay, some things do need to be addressed. And that's the energy. And just there's this sense that I'm getting, Leo, that you've really it's part of the surrender energy that you had to hit first before allowing the emotions to emerge, right? Because you were doing a pretty good job of keeping those emotions at bay regarding this conflict that you're having. Now, the conflict can be a bit different. I'm picking up for some of you, this is family conflict. Actually, I'm picking up that for a lot of you, this is family conflict. Obviously, it's going to be different for everyone. Some of you, this is in the workplace. For some of you, this is clients. I'm picking up that it's a client situation as well for some of you. And for others of you, this can be friends of a romantic partner that you're dealing with. Whatever the situation was, Leo, you have been very strong and poised. More importantly, poised is the word I want to use here for you, in not getting too involved with the issue or really maintaining your peace within it. But more than peace, it's about maintaining your, what is the word I want to use? It's similar to poise. It's like maintaining your regalness, I want to say. Maintaining your dignity, that's what I want to say. That's what it is. You've done a really good job, to the point that at one point you were very stoic here, right? Before this was reversed, it had to have been upright at one point. And upright, it's a very, not disconnected, but detached. That's what I want to say. A very emotionally detached card. You had to be in the beginning to deal with this issue, but now it's gone too far and the emotions are hitting you. So the emotions are hitting you, and at the same time, you've just learned to surrender. But let's see what actions you're being asked to take here, or that you've been guided to take. What actions should Leo take? The Empress, which is all about dignity, harmony, love, maintaining your own equilibrium, being whole by yourself in your own element of peace and beauty, maintaining your beauty, right? Because if you're in this conflict, or if you're involved in this conflict, it takes away from your peace and the beauty of the Empress. So the action out of the gate that you need to take is peace and harmony. And then Ace of Cups, love. And the Two of Swords, this is about being confused and not being ready to have a discussion or a conversation because pieces of information are still missing here. I think for me, the way I'm sensing this Two of Swords in your reading, it's a call to keep your peace, like your speech, like quite literally what I'm being called here with this card, what I'm sensing is that because you're being asked to take this harmonious space of love and really focus on new things that are inspiring you, your heart center, that includes people who are not involved in this conflict. You may have lost some people that you care about here in this conflict, or this competition, or this rivalry. So here you're being inspired and you're being told there's a promise here. There's a promise that if you maintain your poise, your dignity, your harmony, your love, your self-appreciation, because this is self-appreciation first and foremost, beauty, internal beauty that eventually shows up externally, right? If you maintain this energy, Leo, you're being promised new love, new care, a replacement of this energy, right? But your job is your task here, and what's going to be hard is to not get involved and not to want to speak here, right? With the swords ruling communication and intellect. So this is more about staying in your heart center and less in your mind, the monkey mind as they call it, right? Or that area of confusion, or trying to make a decision out of a space that doesn't make sense. Like the advice here, or the guidance here with how to take action the remainder of July, is to move away from what you're thinking, what doesn't make sense, what's confusing, and stay in your self-love element here. But let's see what the actual advice is for you, Leo. Because this is the action you need to take Now we're moving into advice, which can be very similar, but it's not. It's slightly different. So the advice here, you got another reversal here from the 5 that I reversed. The Magician in reverse, the 7 of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. Again, this feels like surrendering to me, because the Magician in reverse is a couple of things. The Magician in reverse in this context and in the way that it's coming out as advice for you is to not take matters into your own hands right now, Leo. Truly surrender. Truly surrender, and instead weigh all of your options. Look at all the perspectives, because this is also perspectives of others here. But it's also about really weighing, really asserting and assessing what actually went wrong. I have a feeling that you got into some he said, she said situation here with people at work, a community, what have you. And previously you may have taken things into your own hands with the Magician upright, but since it's reverse, the advice, beautiful Leo, is not to. Just to let it do what it needs to do. Let people do what they need to do while you assess what's happening, as well as maybe assess potential other avenues that you can take depending on what theme this is for you. For some of you, this is a relationship. For others of you, this is work, clients, neighbors, community, spirituality. Is going to be different for all of you. And what the Page of Pentacles is to be okay with starting over in some area of your life. And this is really a call to work on your self-worth, your value, and your self-esteem from a foundational level, right? Because here you are entering the space, or you're being guided to enter the space from a very Empress vibrational space, which is high octave, okay? But something disrupted your flow here, even though you've been very strong and you've been stoic, Leo, and you've been handling this quite well. Something humbled you potentially here, making you feel not so good, which is why you had to surrender to whatever was happening. But you're being asked to keep yourself out of it, let things unfold the way they need to. In the meantime, plan, weigh pros and cons of a certain situation, assess what really went on, but also look at potential options in the future while guarding your value, your self-esteem, and your worth like a precious child, like the beginnings and the foundational space of when you teach someone about their value. I hope that makes sense. Anyhow, Leo, I hope this was helpful. And I will go ahead and link here the regular July monthly reading if you haven't already watched it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like my content, please do so. It would be greatly helpful to me. I appreciate you, and I hope to find you back here again next month. Bye.